Are you ready for the ultimate bikepacking weekend adventure? Join us for an unforgettable self-supported bikepacking trip through Southwest Virginia. The Grayson Gravel Pie Bikepacking Adventure travels along the Virginia Creeper Trail, the beautiful gravel roads of Grayson County, Virginia, and the New River Trail. All lodging and camping arrangements are included, along with daily routes and guides riding along with you. This self-supported adventure offers resupply opportunities every 20 miles for your food and water needs. Find out more at graveltraveldirt.com.
You're listening to Mid-Atlantic Gravel, Travel, and Dirt.
Hi, I'm Joey.
I'm Brian.
I'm Jess.
Hi, I'm James.
Welcome, everybody, to episode 207 of Mid-Atlantic Gravel, Travel, and Dirt. If you're new here, folks, this is the podcast where we talk about gravel bikes, adventure biking, bike packing, bike camping, or just playing bikes. Joining us tonight, James Llewellynn from Mammoth Endurance Gravel, and we're going to talk about your upcoming event. James, welcome to the podcast.
Hey, thanks for having me.
It's always good. We've had you on once before, I believe. Always good to welcome back folks to the podcast to talk, because that means your event is still going strong, which we love to see.
Oh, absolutely. Stoked to be here again for sure.
Mammoth sized.
Mammoth size. It's gigantic.
Yeah.
Before we get to that, though, I have some great discount codes to share on either the Salt Stick website or the JoJ website. When you reach checkout, use the code LOVEYOUBUY. Take 20% off all your items. Over at Cutaway USA, use the discount code GTD20 to take 20% off your order. And I have got a new discount code to share.
Oh boy, let's hear it.
The discount code is for Orange Mud. Orange Mud makes hydration packs for running and biking. They also do all sorts of other like gear and bags and clothing. We first encountered and met them out at Gravel Worlds. You can use the discount code, and I'm going to put it in the show notes because this is very difficult, FF23 for 23, like 2023. FF23, my last name, Reigns, to take 15% off of your order. I'm going to have all those links and all those discount codes in the show notes. James, you ever tried Salt Stick or JoJ?
No, honestly, I have not.
We've become big converts. I think, Jess, you use them quite a bit.
Yeah, I like Salt Stick.
I've never actually ever eaten a JoJ bar.
They're good.
I'm gonna be candid as like a,
No,
with
that's
the
good.
podcasters.
That's good.
Salt Stick though, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I eat them all wrong. But
What do you mean you eat them wrong?
Well, like that one thing you're supposed to eat and then not drink for like 30 minutes. I take it like a pill.
Oh, yeah. They have instructions on
Then
how
I'm
you-
just chewing on the things that you're supposed to space out like it's candy.
No, but it is good. And it does taste like candy, which is one of the
And
reasons.
salt.
I
Like it's got that like sweet and savory.
Yeah. What's going on in your world, Joey, this week? What's going on at the bike shop?
Oh boy, it's just as busy. We've had spectacular weather.
Oh, it's gorgeous out.
I forgot to say too. Last week when Matt was on, we did a good amount of trail work on that Friday, which has worked out really well after riding the last few over the last week.
Nice.
Everything's been draining well where we worked on and packed in really nice. And I ordered my Trail Boss tools.
Oh, did you really?
I strapped on my little mini McLeod and some other stuff, and it was just starting to eat the frame, and I had to wrap my gloves around it on my Kona, and then if I were to like face plant, I probably would have lost an eye. Like, not safe.
Not funny.
But
But the trail bus stuff, it all breaks down, right? And
it goes in your book bag.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like my chainsaw and stuff's in there. But
just to make sure a kid doesn't vomit in there.
yeah.
So
I'm just trying to think. Like it's been busy.
what's the weather?
We got a great tomorrow night's our mountain bike night ride over at the lake. It's gonna be 60 degrees.
That's going to be gorgeous.
It was 64 today here.
I think the moon is full, so
Yeah.
you should have some light. Y'all are going to have a beautiful night tomorrow night.
Yeah.
For a night mountain bike ride. at the
And
lake.
I'm back to an analog watch.
Why is that? Just cause?
No, I finally replaced the batteries. That's why. It's my favorite watch. Wear my Garmin, mountain biking tomorrow night. But I think that's about it.
Jessica, when we pull you away from schoolwork so you could tell us
Yes.
what stuff you've been up to?
Yes. Well, Joey usually takes a really long time to ramble.
I wasn't done.
I mean,
to be
see,
fair.
told you.
No,
We
he's
have a
done.
guest.
He's done.
Not too much actually. Getting through, I'm going to say, throw it out there, kind of a depressive swing coming through. So trying to do as much as possible for our mental health, like walking and at least riding like 15 minutes of the bike and doing something like that.
I noticed you have not had a
Video in a while.
Yes.
And that's partly because it is, you're doing something good for my mental health. And there hasn't been a lot of good I've been doing for my mental health because it's a lot of sleeping.
Well, then I look forward to seeing the next one.
Thank you. I
Because that means
appreciate that.
I watch them. I watch them. I enjoy them. It's like this nice little recaps of your adventures.
Good for my mental health day,
Yeah, I
and
like it.
riding bikes is probably the best thing I can do for it. So,
Yeah. Well, maybe
especially with Joey.
Are you doing the night ride tomorrow?
That is my hope actually.
Okay.
To hopefully put I'll be a little bit tired for Friday, but I'll just try to buffer through it.
Okay.
But I think that would be a very good thing is to make sure that I'm working hard enough so that I can ride my bike tomorrow night.
Well, you can
Not
get Wawa.
hard enough. And
I don't know what is
I don't
wrong
know.
with
I'm
it.
trying to phase Joey out of my mind
We're
because
trying to
he's
avoid Joey right now. We're not exactly sure what's going on in his world over there. Please tell what you're doing. I have just been riding my bike, getting ready for a long and hopefully not windy day at Croatan. I'm just putting on miles.
Oh yeah, me too.
Putting in seat time, just riding the bike, just putting in saddle time and staying on it and trying to do that. That's been my
They announced cross country mountain bike nationals.
okay.
It's in Pennsylvania.
Really? Where?
Yeah, Bear Creek. I don't know where Bear Creek
James,
is.
do you know Bear Creek?
Not exactly. I want to say that's roughly near Hamburg, Pennsylvania, like where the Cabela's is. I think, don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure it's a ski resort in that neck of the woods.
It's in Macungie, Pennsylvania. I just looked it up.
Macungie?
I probably pronounced that
Yeah,
right.
you probably botched that really bad.
Like all the
It looks like it's like smack in the middle of Pennsylvania.
all the yous and yens are yelling at me right
Yeah.
now. It's
Oh, yeah.
It's just southwest of Allentown.
Okay.
So we'll probably just.
I
go
feel like that would
sleep
be a
in
fun
Dave's
thing to
basement.
do. Maybe
Yeah.
my friend Kelly would be there.
I'm sure she probably will be.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what the difference is between mountain bike marathon nationals and cross country mountain bike racing. So I'm gonna ask her.
That is there's some subtle differences there, but
Is there?
I guess
I don't know. I'm
don't
gonna
know.
ask Kelly.
Yeah, we'll just sleep at Dave's house
Yeah.
It works.
Yeah, it could be fun.
Joe, you want to do Strava Club?
because last week you made a fool of me.
Oh,
I didn't do that.
You did. You put him in a bad spot.
Why?
What was the name you used?
I'm not going to say it again. Why was that bad?
Because you put my husband in a very bad spot.
Did I
You
upset
know
you?
he can't read things well, so
I'm sorry, Joey. I apologize.
All right, we have Pedro E. from Silver Spring, Maryland with 121.9.
wow, Pedro.
Sarah Skelly from Enfield, New Hampshire with 118.4. And Nicola Russo from question marks with 156.3.
Wonder if she's related to Karate Kid.
Oh.
Huh?
That was a good reference.
You like that?
Breaking the top 100, you needed 116.4. And we're up to 892. That mustache is coming one day.
We're coming. It's getting there.
It might be really gray by the time you have it, but
It will be now.
mine's already starting to go gray, so it doesn't matter.
It will be. And if you're looking for it, strava.com.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
/clubs /gravel, travel, and dirt.
Yes.
James, are you on Strava?
Yes, I am.
Do you ride your bike a lot?
Depends. Depends on how much I'm working.
I was
My
just
real
about to
job.
say the event director's seat is a hard one to do while also riding your bike.
It is, but it does give me an excuse a lot of times to get out and kind of scout around and look for cool new stuff and check on roads and see how they're holding up.
Before we get fully into this, two things. I made a peanut butter old fashioned. I was using screwball whiskey, peanut butter, and
Peanut butter old fashioned. That sounds
a little bitters, I made simple syrup, and I didn't put the orange in it. It is so good. You
Really?
want to try a little sip?
Yeah, I want to try some.
Also, I see all these dry January things, and James, I don't know if you're doing dry January, you drink or anything.
No, I'm not. I just don't drink very much.
I'm like the occasional drinker, I would say.
Yeah, exactly. That's me
but-
too.
I saw all these posts. Like, obviously, I know there's benefits of pros and cons of drinking alcohol. Sometimes I like a drink of alcohol. But some of these people, I know weight loss is not something we usually talk about, but like, how much freaking alcohol and beer are you drinking?
Oh, if you're thinking that that's going to make such a huge difference.
And like,
yeah,
people are like, oh, no, I'm like, there's a different problem here.
Well,
Okay, I'm going to pause you for a second because when I used to do Weight Watchers, like a very long time ago, like very, very, very strong in my eating disorder, a beer was like 32 points.
and
I know.
Because it was, like,
that's a lot of
straight-
points.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
Well,
mean,
don't
you
know the
only got
scale.
like 50 points a day. So,
Holy cow.
Yeah.
I would sacrifice. No, I'm just saying. People are like, I lost 15 and 20 pounds from not drinking alcohol. Yeah,
Wow. Well, that means you
mine's
drink
like a
lot.
drink a week, but like that's a lot of alcohol. That's all I'm saying.
I don't drink a lot anymore, but it's not because of
When you do
anything
drink,
like
you
that.
have a good time
Yeah,
at
that's
an event.
that's the way you do it.
Yeah.
You know, you just
I drink once a year.
what
That was my spiel.
okay.
How was that? Wasn't that like nice
Yeah,
and a
that,
little tasty?
was good. It was kind of smooth. It
Yeah.
was very smooth.
Very smooth.
It caught me off guard with the peanut butter.
Yeah.
But anyway, James is sitting over there going, "Hey, can we talk
Yeah,
about?"
Yeah.
James,
All right, let's
sorry.
roll.
Oh, no worries.
Can we talk?
Let me tell you about my chicken wings I made with this the other night. They
Oh,
were
Lord, James, don't ask.
chorizo.
Okay, James, where are you calling us from tonight? You're up in Wellsboro. Is that-
Yes, Wellsboro, Pennsylvania.
Tell listeners a little bit about who James is.
Oh, I am a kid that originally grew up around in the Philly area, like Phoenixville was where I spent most of my time. And then when I was about 14 years old, my parents wanted to get out of the city. So they moved up to like the sticks.
Is that something? Were you on board with that? Were you on board with that move, or was that a?
I was on the fence about it, but once I got up here and you realize like there's a whole other set of things you can do when you live in the sticks versus there's pros and cons to both. But I mean, when I started getting out, I moved up here and my parents like bought me my first nice bike, like real bike. It was a Kona Shred.
Nice.
Oh, a
Yeah.
Kona. Yes. I read
Yeah.
a Hanzo.
Yeah. I mean, it weighed like 40 pounds, but it was back before like the plus bike era. This was back in like 2006, probably. And it had almost 3-inch wide tires, and I could just literally yeet it off anything, and it
Nice.
never broke. so then I started riding around up here and just never quite quit the riding, and met friends up here and kind of organized stuff just among my friends. And they were like, hey, you always like put together a pretty good route, and this is a lot of fun, and you find all these cool roads. And they're like, you should do this like seriously and put it out there for people to come. And I bet they'd come. And I'm like, I don't know, I don't know. And then I'm like, well, I'll try it. And sure enough, it like took off so fast. It was unreal.
Cool.
So,
And how many years now for Mammoth?
it was 2021 that we got our first official event with like a listing on Bike Reg. 2020 was just like a Facebook post of like, hey, if anybody wants to ride, show up here at this time. And that was like 4 or 5 people that showed up, and we did a 100-miler. And yeah, 2021 was the first year, and we had like roughly 60 people. And then last year we had 165 registered.
Wow. Nice
Yeah.
jump. Nice jump.
Yeah, it is a big jump, but yeah, the weather didn't really cooperate last year, and it was a big gamble for a lot of people. And I totally understand, because a lot of them are coming from like 3+ hours away.
Right.
But the weather report was like, it's gonna rain, it's gonna rain, it's gonna rain, and then the rain stayed like 20 miles south of us all day, and we never saw a drop. So we really lucked out, the people that came and put in the work. So
Now, is Mammoth one? Do you? So you had 165 people. Some events people like kind of like hang around. They wait until like the last minute to try to register and jump in. Do you get a lot of entries like early, or is it sort of like a late thing? How does it flow for you?
we like this year and last year we kind of cut it off like a month ahead of time. Just because we want to get we get custom shirts made and for everybody and all sorts of stuff. And then my food vendors are getting around and making sure. Like last year was weird because of all the supply issues. They needed like extra time to make sure they could actually get the stuff they needed to make the food. But yeah, no, usually like, I don't know, I'd say probably 40 days out, it's usually sold out. And then people are sitting on wait lists. So this year seems to be going like a little bit slower, and I assume it's probably because of the economic stuff going on. Who knows? But Yeah, we have 60 spots sold, and we're doing 200 this year.
Yeah, I was
So
going to ask you what's your cap in it. So you're growing
yeah,
a little
200's the
bit.
cap.
Growing a
Yeah,
little bit.
I don't want to go too crazy because with how rural we are, we got to keep the just overall people, the crowds down because there's just not. It's weird to say there's not that much room, but like it's such a small town that there's not a ton of room for that much influx. Like we're just going slowly and seeing how everything handles the infrastructure handles the people. So
now, when people come up for the, when they come up for the event, is it typically like you come the day before and you're there till the day after? Is there camping, or is it like kind of you're finding the places to stay in town? Well, how's that play out?
Yeah, we have a few hotels in town, which, like I said, so far has been able to handle the amount of people coming in. No problem with the numbers we've been keeping it at. There are camping options within probably about a 15-minute drive. Is the nearest like state park camping option. But yeah, most people are doing the hotels. We had one guy literally just pull up the night before in his vehicle and just crash out. and then the next morning he was like trying to change, and I had somebody come up and they're like, "Yo, there's a naked guy over there in the parking lot," so and I'm like, "Oh yeah, I think that's the guy that spent the night." And everyone's like, "Oh, okay."
It's a bike event. There's going to be naked people in the parking lot. It's kind
Do that, not even at bike events.
Well, that's cool. I mean, it sounds like it's just like the vibe is pretty chill.
Yeah. Oh yeah, super grassroots and chill for sure.
Nice. That's honestly what it's all about. So that's cool. Tell us about the town.
The town, it's really tiny. We got like Main Street, and you might have seen pictures. It's always listed in like one of the top 10 tourist, like quaint tourist towns in Pennsylvania. Cool. They have the gas lights down the middle median.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's cool.
Yeah, and they just run all the time, and they are actually real gas lights from like way back when. They just maintain them.
Wow.
Yeah, just real small town vibe, and it's really friendly. And yeah, the business owners just really appreciate having everybody come into town and check things out. We got like some bars and restaurants, and we got a bike shop, CS Sports. They help us a ton as far as getting this event going.
So it's kind of like a little walking town is what it sounds like. It's like
literally.
It's some walking around.
Yeah, absolutely. Everything's pretty much on Main Street, and Main Street consists of like 4 blocks. So
what's your go-to meal at the diner?
Oh, I haven't been to the diner in forever, honestly. Dang. It's just been a while, but they do have good stuff there. Like I said, I work so much, it's hard to get in there because they changed their hours recently and stuff.
Now, what do you do in real life, James?
I'm actually working a warehouse
cool.
for Truck Light, which they do a bunch of vehicular lighting, semi trucks, obviously, and then military stuff and the whole 9 yards. So
nice.
That's cool. Is that a big piece of industry there in Wellsboro? Yeah,
it really is. Yeah, it's there. That's as far as like manufacturing. That's really the only place in Wellsboro. Yeah, there's not too many. Like I said, it's very small, so there's not too many places to get good jobs. So,
one thing we haven't even thrown out there yet is the date for the event. When is Mammoth?
It is May 6th, the first Saturday in May. Okay. So,
what's the weather typically like in Wellsboro that early in May?
It's a real gamble. So the first year that we had like I said, we were on bike reg. We started out with like 34 degrees in the morning. And by the evening, it was like 65 and sunny. And nice. Yeah, crazy. So the nice thing is the way the event is set up is you do roughly a 65 to 67 mile loop in the morning, and then you're back where you started. And then you eat lunch, and then in the afternoon, you do a different 67 mile loop, roughly 67, and then you're back to where you started again.
So it's kind of like a figure 8 thing going on with you meeting.
Yeah, like a super wonky figure 8. Yeah.
So I'm a math teacher, but how many miles is that?
That's a lot.
It's this year's total is right around 136 miles. 137.
algebraically speaking.
I was just, I mean, I kind of could do the math in my head, but I just wanted to make sure everybody out there knew how many miles that was altogether in a day.
137 grand total. And you can select to do just the half Mammoth ride, which is just doing the morning loop and then being done for the day.
That actually sounds fun. But I was looking at the numbers, the numbers for this thing. What's the elevation gain on the full Mammoth?
The elevation gain, now there's a whole story behind this, because I got called the devil the first year, is because I quoted the elevation that was on Komoot. I used Komoot for the mapping personally to like plan everything. And then I, extract the GPX file and send it. But Komoot and even Strava, I even plugged the same route into Strava. They were both over 2,000 feet shy of what everybody's head units got.
Oh,
And
I would have been
livid.
I
Yeah.
think
It happens.
one of our people came on and they did this event, and I was like, it was 300 more feet of climbing than you said. And he was like,
Oh.
I said plus or minus, and I was like, no, like no, like
You don't ride with a computer. You have no idea.
oh, it was hilly.
It was, yeah, but we still don't know the number. What's the number?
So the number
15,000.
15,000, because the computers are saying just over 13. So like I said, if it follows the trends of the previous years, it's going to probably be 1,500 to 2,000 over what the computers are estimating, is what your head unit's going to say.
Keyword: never trust computers or technology.
No, just
Yes.
do without.
Yeah.
Do without. That is a mammoth day. I'm going to go ahead and throw
Yeah,
It
It's a
absolutely
Tusk
is.
ride.
Oh,
And just
man.
the climbs are just brutal, as far as like the percentages get quite ridiculous on a lot of them.
Oh, you're selling
but
it.
then-
You're selling it. Oh, this
Then
sounds good.
the descents are just as amazing. So like it just as brutal as the climbs are, you get that descent is just absolutely bonkers. We actually had a guy the first year boil a brake going down one of our descents. So
Hi. Yeah.
Boil a brake?
yeah, he
Yes.
boiled
What does
his
that mean?
hydraulic fluid out of his brake.
Fluids in there, and then as you break the rotor of the heat,
It
That is a
expands.
long story.
It backs up into the pipe and
your lines
Burns
boil
you
every
up.
time you
Yeah.
ride, into a big descent.
yeah. Okay, so what is the surface like for the route?
The surface last year we hit. So that was something else. So I have so many gravel roads around here. I can change the route quite a bit every single year. So
Oh, nice.
yeah, so like usually your 70% of the route is going to be new stuff that you haven't seen before. Like I'll let you know when I run out of roads, and that's not the case, but this is the third year, and yeah, you're looking at about 70% new roads that have not been seen in the previous 2 years.
Wow, that's really cool. That's unusual for an event. Usually it's like, there's you've got sort of like that space, and this is where we're at, and this is the ride,
Yeah,
and people kind of
We're
get to know
very
it.
fortunate to have the space we do, and the roads. There's roads going everywhere, and most of them are gravel, so you just pick and choose.
What's the best bike setup for Mammoth?
So I'll tell you what the locals run is. A lot of us run 40C, semi slick, but sometimes maybe something with a little more knob on it. But
Okay.
you don't need to go full mountain bike tire. So 40C, and then just whatever climbing gears you can get your hands on. So I run a 40 tooth in the front and an 11 to 50 in the back.
Okay. So that's a pretty wide range.
Yes.
That's 15,000 feet of elevation.
I was gonna say that's what I ride too, but I don't think that's what I actually ride.
Nope.
Okay, just
Okay.
kidding.
Yeah.
It's close. It's close.
I'll
You
be honest with
definitely
you,
want to think like, what am I going to be able to climb all day on with? Is because it literally ends up. I mean, I think the fastest riders, the winners last year, were doing it in like 8 or 9 hours rolling time.
that is a
So,
long day on the bike.
yeah, it really, really is. And I mean, those guys they were doing 15 miles per hour average, 12 to 15. So they were cooking. So yeah, it's definitely rough.
that amount of time on the bike, you've got to have some. Do you aid stations? Is there any kind of, or is it just that pinch point in the middle where you come back?
No, it is a perfect time to explain like how things roll. So, and this year we've stepped it up another notch. So, you ride roughly in the 30 to 35 mile range once you leave the start line, and then you will arrive at an aid station that's going to have a food vendor. Food vendor number one is a Slick Angels food truck, and what they're going to be serving up is what's called soul rolls. So they are collard greens, mac and cheese, and fried chicken rolled into an egg roll wrapper and fried.
Oh man, that sounded good.
Say that one more time. I want to get that one more time. I want to hear that.
Collard greens, mac and cheese, and fried chicken rolled into an egg roll wrapper and fried.
Mother of God.
That sounds so good.
If we didn't have a communion that weekend, I bet you my husband would turn around and be like, sign me up. Like, I'm there.
Just for
I can
that.
still go. I don't have to go to the communion.
Okay, that's just
aid one. So, and then breakfast is provided as well. So we jumped the gun a little bit. Breakfast is going to be bagel breakfast sandwiches. And then there's also the nice thing is every single food stop is going to have vegan options as well. So breakfast is going to be a big bowl of oatmeal with like all different kind of add-ins. So like dried fruit and like nuts to add into the oatmeal to spice it up. And that'll be breakfast. And then we already talked about aid one. Cool thing is I just got word back today from Kate's Real Food. They are going to be supporting with bars. So
we've had those.
Jerry, whatever.
Yeah. They were at I had one of those at Unpaved.
They make good stuff,
and it was really good. Remember, Jess? Do you remember those? You don't remember? Okay. Well, I remember.
I don't know if I ate at an aid station.
Remember, we were giving them out as the Kelly ride was going out.
Oh.
Because they came by and they dropped a big, they did support for that, and there was all sorts of them. We were just giving them to people. I don't know how we ended up with boxes of them, but we were just handing them out.
Like Oprah there.
Yeah, and I stuck a couple in my pocket, and they were good. That's awesome. That's a good score right there.
Yeah, they were really awesome to come through with that. So that's going to be a huge help and help everybody get through the day.
Nice.
Yeah.
And then lunch is going to be swine fries, which there's a local food truck that he smokes all his own meat, slow and low. And he has the swine fries are fries with pulled pork on top and cheese whiz and barbecue sauce with bacon.
Oh my God, I don't even want to ride this.
I just want to drive a truck from rest stop to rest stop and just eat.
I will volunteer.
I will volunteer to taste the food. That sounds amazing. That sounds really good.
He really knocks it out of the park. He was a huge hit last year, so we're definitely bringing him back again this year. So,
and that's lunch. So that's back at the pinch point, and then you head out for the second loop, correct?
Yes, the second loop will be on the second aid station will be Wandering Barista. She was on the first aid station this year. She does a fresh espresso drink and a fresh baked good for everybody that goes through that aid station.
Nice.
And then dinner is going to be white cheddar mac and cheese, brisket mac and cheese, white cheddar brisket mac and cheese. So.
You're killing Joey over here.
We had pulled pork for dinner tonight, and Joey has a meat briefcase in our refrigerator, and he just carries it around with all of his meat.
I smoked some pork butts the other day. Okay.
Oh dang!
Do you legitimately have like a case
Yes,
that you
he
can
has
just
a
pick
meat,
up and
meat briefcase.
have meat will travel?
Like when I make sausage and stuff, I need like a food container. Yeah, it's got a handle and it looks like a little
It looks like a meat briefcase.
Like if Joe Biden had it, they'd call it the football.
Okay, you got a meat football.
The football with the anyway.
Well,
it sounds like just the food alone.
I don't even care about the
It's
course
some
now.
motivation to
Yeah,
get from
we try to give everybody bang for their buck. So, like I said, half riders get breakfast, first aid station, and lunch all included. And there's an option to add dinner if you want, if you just want to hang out and enjoy dinner as well.
Yeah.
And the full riders get everything. They get breakfast, first aid, lunch, second aid, and dinner all included in the reg. So.
Wow. Now, how long do people take? I can see these coming up to these rest stops with that kind of food. You're just like hanging out there forever. Like just
Thankfully, like everyone, and with the way the hills are, everyone gets like really blown apart. The group does. So thankfully our vendors are really able to keep up with it. We had a bit of a crowd at Aid 1 because we did the short 30-mile course this year or last year, and we didn't get that many people for it, but everyone kind of converged at once. Like the people that were riding the short version ended up kind of rolling in at the same time as the people that were doing the first loop. And the vendors still got everybody through really quick. I think someone maybe had to wait 10 minutes max for their drink and baked good to get, because she's literally there making each espresso by hand. So
wow,
it's not pre-made stuff. She's got an actual espresso machine and she's getting them together. So
you're doing it fancy, man. You're doing it right.
Yeah.
We try. You
should have roll some event directors through and be like, okay, this is how you do food right here, guys. This is how it happens.
We just want everyone to have fun. Yeah, like you're enjoying amazing gravel around here, and like if the food's crap, like that's just going to drag everything else down. So we just want everything to be at 110%. So
well, you can keep it fun, you keep it cozy, you keep the food good, and then it's just a fun old time for. Yeah,
absolutely.
That's awesome.
Absolutely.
That's the good events to do.
Yeah, no, it is. The
those are
small,
the solid
sort of
ones.
intimate, kind of having a good time, and is it? I'm assuming like the dinner, it's like a post ride kind of little party vibe going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone hangs out. Actually, the corner that the ride happens on, there's a big grass lot, and we actually have free reign of the whole lot. We throw up big tents, and the food vendors are right there. And the parking's like right there. So we've been really fortunate. Like you literally pull in to park in the morning and you don't have to leave until we're probably going to leave at 10 o'clock at night, but you all can keep hanging out. But
unless you're sleeping in your car like that guy.
If you're sleeping in your car, you're going to be there till the next morning.
Yeah. And I mean, like the parking's literally just a couple hundred feet away, and it's in just a big lot that we get permission to use. So. And
so you could pop a little rooftop tent deal there, right? I'm hearing that.
Yeah, I actually just got a guy asking a question about that, and I'm like, honestly, I can't tell you whether the cops are pretty chill. There's not that many of them, obviously, and they're pretty chill. So if you do pop one up, I don't think they would say anything, but I can't guarantee that. But yeah, there's a good chance you'd be good.
Nice. That's the way to do it, man. That's the way. You got it going on, man. You got it going on up there. That's good.
That sounds like a blast. Like, I mean, you lost me with the elevation, but you brought me back with like the cheese and the pork and the brisket and the espresso and like.
We try to make all that climbing worth your while.
Yeah, it's like a little motivation you get from you section it off at a time.
Now, is the profile, is the elevation profile? Because I haven't seen it. Is it like just a lot of up and down, or is there like one big climb, or what's it look like?
No, it's a ton of up and down. That's just the thing about this area. I guess I was reading a book about the history of this area, like ancient history of this area, and it used to be a large plateau, and then they think it was eroded down. So you like literally descend into the low valley, and then you climb like the busy roads and the paved roads follow the valleys, but obviously we're not doing that. So you literally come off of one mountain into this little narrow valley, and then you're just straight back up again.
Wow.
So
wow. You got any shout outs for event sponsors? Or, I mean, we walked through the food folks, but that are helping you out.
Yeah, Case Real Food. We got the Key Lab. They're always the ones that do a lot of the behind the scenes stuff as far as making this happen. And the permitting and getting all that done. And then their sister company, Mansfield Recovery, they're a towing company. So if you lock yourself out of your car or your car breaks down, we got you covered, because the sponsors, that's their deal. That's their business. Local bike shop, CS Sports, they're always helping out. So
I lock myself out of my car all the time. I've done it a few times.
Yeah.
A lot of times. It's just because, like,
I've heard you talk about it before.
I get locked out of my car all the time. So, but now I just don't even lock it, because, I mean, if you're going to steal it, you're going to steal it, right?
Yeah.
No, they're not stealing Subarus. They're stealing the little Kias, because they can just, like, whack them, and they're really easy to steal. Have you seen
They're
that?
not stealing my car.
No, they're not going to
Oh,
steal your
okay.
car.
No.
It's really gross inside, so they should
It looks
clean
like
it
someone
too.
stole it.
Dude,
Yeah.
like somebody homeless lives in here.
Disgusting inside.
There may actually be somebody still in this car. Get out! Get out!
Dirty Mike and the boys were in there.
Another like sponsor that we have this year is Dilly Dally Cycling. They're a affordable cycling clothing brand out of Lincoln, Nebraska. So they're providing we're calling it the Grav Kaz shirt. I'm sure it's probably been done. I don't know if it's been called that, but it's a button-down shirt that is a breathable sweat wicking material. And it's got custom art on it that's actually sublimated in to the fabric. It's got like a bunch of mammoth skulls on it, and yeah, it's pretty rad.
Where did you get the name Mammoth? What's the story behind that?
Oh yeah, like I was just trying to get the point across that this was a big bike ride. But I mean, I guess I could have called it big bike ride, but I wanted to be a little more creative than that. So that was what I was trying to get across with Mammoth.
That would be a good
it's
hashtag.
big.
Mammoth. It's a big bike ride.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
I like that.
That's a good bumper sticker.
That is. I like that. Feel free to use that. Mammoth. It's
Yeah.
a big bike ride.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't know how else to describe it. Just get yourself ready.
You figure it out. It's a big bike ride. Look at the
Yeah.
profile, look at the numbers, and then show up ready to ride. Make sure you got the gears. So
Yeah,
and prepare to
absolutely.
eat. Do you have to bring your own fork?
Yeah.
'Cause I
No, we'll take care of everything. We got you taken care of.
and so
Hospitality around here. That's what we're shooting for.
if people want to find out more about this, and I mean, it sounds like, with only 200 spots, I mean, you're selling this, James. You're really selling this event. I mean,
Yeah.
this sounds like a damn good time. How can people make sure they get in on this?
We are on Bike Reg, Mammoth Endurance Gravel. Obviously, if you search like gravel grinders, it should come right up. As long as you, I don't know if they have a search bar. I haven't been on Bike
they
Reg
do.
as
Yeah,
far
yeah,
as looking
yeah.
for events.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
Mammoth Endurance Gravel. It should come right up.
I'm pretty sure
Wellsboro, Pennsylvania.
when you go on Bike Reg, I'm sure if you just type in Mammoth, not a lot of stuff's going to show up.
Yeah, not too many. There are some other ones, but like one that I know of. So
Probably not in Pennsylvania. So
no, definitely not in Pennsylvania. Not
Yeah.
even close.
I think that should be. That's probably. And I will go out, and for listeners, I will go out. I will find that link, and I will put it in the show notes. So that's all you have to do is go to the show notes and check it out.
Either
there.
that or find us on Facebook or Instagram. We're very easy to find on there, and we have links in the bios to that Bike Reg link. And I'm always happy to answer questions on there. So if you just shoot us either an email or a DM on Facebook or Instagram, I get back to you as soon as I can. So
My life over here is so much fun, y'all. James, I'm going to interrupt you for just a second. I get to watch Joey and Jessica actually, literally wrestle with Blake trying to get him to stop being zoomy. And the thing is, as soon as we turn these mics off in here, that dog lays down and goes to sleep. I don't know what it is. Can you hear him, James? Can you hear Blake?
No,
making all
I
this
really
ruckus?
can't.
Okay.
It's not coming across, at least not on my feed. So
Our last event director came on and was like, "What does Blake have, a microphone?" Because he was slopping, drinking his water. So it was really funny. But I just said his name, so now he just barked. But
Well, James, anyway, you really have done a fantastic job selling this event. It sounds like a great time. If there was a way to flatten it out a little bit, maybe get some gravel, fill in some of those valleys. Just go from peak to peak.
Hey, trust me, I wish I could, but unless you've seen the geography around here, there's really no way to do it. I mean, unless we turn it into a road ride, then
No, don't do that. Don't ever do that. Don't. I'm just joking. It's. I think people look for those kind of events to kind of challenge themselves. And
it's amazing how many people really like to suffer.
Yeah.
I mean, they're so stoked.
Yeah, it's testing limits. It's testing your own limits, and I think,
That mac and cheese alone will test my limits.
Now,
are you? Bike.
Is your event? Do you do timing chips?
No, we actually just do the Strava segments.
Okay.
So Yeah, like so here's where this comes in. I was looking at the timing chips and they're cool and all, but like even to rent them is just
expensive.
thousands and thousands of dollars. And I'm like, okay, if everyone's just happy to race Strava segments, which I mean, I love Strava segments. I'm kind of addicted to them. We can then take that money and put it back into other things for the riders
like
other
mac and
than just a
cheese
chip.
and
Yes,
barbecue.
exactly.
I love the
So
Strava,
we will be emailing everyone the official Strava segments. So you can just star them and add them right into your computer. And there's going to be 6 segments. And the cool thing is they're spread out all over the route. So like if you're competing, I use that term loosely. Like it is competition, but it's just fun, kind of bragging rights.
Mhm.
It's the segments are spread all throughout the route, and you do have to ride the whole thing. If you are looking to go for the KOM or the QOM. So
I like it. I like that. I think it takes a lot of the pressure off of you as the event director, because like you said, I mean, there's a lot of not only the cost, but the responsibility for all of that timing stuff. And then God forbid something not go right and people start freaking out because their timing chip didn't work or whatever. And I just, let's take the pressure off everybody.
So I frequently take my timing chip off of my races. Like I flip over my bib and pick off the like magnetic thing or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And Joey gets so upset because he can never find me on the race course. So there's been times where I've done a half Ironman and I don't have my bib on and Joey has no clue where I am part of it. So there's some times where it's so much less pressure for people like me who are, not the strongest riders, not to have that timing chip on them because it just brings a whole nother level to the event of stress that I don't need. I ride to de-stress my life, not to increase stress on my life.
Yeah.
So I
Absolutely.
really, really appreciate when people don't have timing chips on me because there's no number that needs to quantify my life. Like that's not why I'm going for it.
And if you wanted to go do an event like this, Jess, you just don't record it. Don't put it on Strava.
I never put my rides on Strava.
Or make it
Never.
private.
Exactly.
If you want the data off of it, just make it private, and then it's like it's yours.
Absolutely.
You do your thing,
And
you do you.
So I really do appreciate that because it does add a whole nother caliber of stress when you put a timing chip on me because then I'm like, oh my God, it's a race. I have to do this. I have to go fast. I have to do this. And there's no need for that. Like I ride my bike to de-stress, not to increase my stress.
I would like to get a timing chip and just put it on Joey for all time. Like all the time. Like always have a timing chip on Joey. And like we time him every day where he goes and what he does.
Share our location with you guys, so I always know where you are. So technically, it's like you have your timing chip on anyway.
That's true.
Right? Like technically, it's like you just have your cell phone and you're just a timing chip.
That's true. That's true. But that's fun. I like that. I like that approach. I like that casual kind of approach to an event like this. It just makes it it makes it about fun.
That's what it's really about. Fun and food. And like I said, the segments are there for people that are into that. And if you're not, then by all means, we only announce the top 3 in each category. So we don't go down and rank everybody. So if you're there to just chill, then your name probably won't even come up, which I mean, hopefully that might be what you're aiming for. You're just there to ride.
Yep. Nobody has to Google my name and find my time.
Have you ever lost anybody at the event? Have you ever in the last 2 years?
That should be a new question for everyone.
No. Thankfully, we haven't. I go out in my personal vehicle and cruise and just check on everybody, keep an eye on it. We had last year. It's not official yet this year, but last year we had Nittany Mountain Works come out and they rode sweep for the second half. Nice. They are the coolest group of individuals. I don't know if you ever met them in person, but they are so nice.
Yeah.
They are amazing. Yeah, absolutely. And I met them. They showed up. Like I had never met them before. And then they were like, hey, if you need any help, like just let us know. And I'm like, well, I could use somebody to ride sweep. And they're like, we'll be there. So
see, you asked the wrong question. You need to say, Evan, can you make pierogies? Is what you need to say. You got the food thing covered. But if you buried some pierogies underneath that pork with that macaroni and cheese, oh my God. Oh, wow.
I mean, hands down, Evan's one of the nicest guys in the industry.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Yeah,
you know,
for
there's a
sure.
reason why I carry Nittany bags is because they're the nicest people in the entire world.
Yeah,
And I
yeah.
support them.
Yeah.
You know?
Shout out for Nittany.
Yeah.
So we
Shout
love
out.
them.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, but so last year actually, I thought I had everyone in. So, and this is where this is something else that you'll hear me say at the event is we have a 2:30 cutoff. So if you get back from the first loop and you eat your lunch and it's after 2:30, I guess I didn't say it firm enough last year because I said like I said this is what I said, we really don't recommend that you go out because if you leave after 2:30, the sweep will be in front of you and they're fresh and they won't know you're behind them, and if it's a good chance you're going to be finishing after dark, like a very good chance. Nittany rolled in like at last light when they swept the people that listened and left before 2:30. But we had about 6 individuals that just wanted to send it, and I mean, I guess that's on them. But we had one guy that was out, and he was probably a good 10 miles from town. His wife actually messaged me and is like, "Hey, I'm following my husband's Garmin tracker, and it says for a little while earlier he didn't move, and then now he's moving again, but he's on such and such road." And I'm like, "Perfect, I know exactly where that is. Let me go take a look at him and see how he's doing." And I pulled up on him. It was like 10:30 at night. Like I said, he still was about 10 miles from town. And I was like, "Hey, how are you doing?" And like just the glassy stare. And he's like, I'm hanging in. And I'm like, well, I told him, yeah. Well,
right
yeah,
on.
I told him, I'm like, hey, I have got racks on the vehicle. Like, if you want, let's just throw your bike on the vehicle and I'll just drive you right back to town. And he's like, no, I'm this close. He's like, I need this. Like, for me, I just need to know I can finish this. And sure enough, I told his wife, I'm like, hey, I'm going to be up for a while. Let me know when he gets in. Like, I'm going to stay up until you tell me he gets in. So let me know. And sure enough, it was like 11:15 and he rolled in.
Woof.
And yeah, but man, like what a battle.
Oof. Wow.
It's just so cool to see people going through like that mental battle, like just pushing themselves. And I've been there myself, obviously not in my own event, but like in my own personal riding, I like going out and just trying to do an insane amount of miles. And it's just, it's kind of cool to be in that headspace. It's scary sometimes, but just trying to tell yourself that like when your legs can't go anymore, you're like, no, you do still have more. You can still do more. And so that's what we provide for people. So
that's cool. And you haven't lost anybody, but there's 2023. You know, there's hope. We can get out there and try. So this is early May 6th, Wellsboro, Pennsylvania, on Bike Reg. Just Google, look for Mammoth. Check the show notes. I'm going to have all those links in there where folks can find out more information. Great job, James. Thank you for. I mean, honestly, just the grassroots gravel event director is an unsung hero of our world. So yes, you just got saluted from the other side of the table. So thank you for doing that.
Thank you so much.
So
hey, I really enjoy seeing everybody have fun. That's just, I get such a big kick out of that and seeing everybody enjoy it. And
so let's dive into this or that, y'all.
Yeah,
want to do it?
okay.
James, you get the first one, then Jess, then me, then Joey. We're going to jump right in. Change your own flat. Which, does anybody really change that flat anymore? You just stick it with a Dynaplug. Change your own flat, or pretend you don't know how and have someone else like Joey do it for you.
Oh, I don't mind changing flats at all, so I would do it.
Jess?
I still have yet to change a flat, so I will not be changing my own flat.
But you're tubeless, right?
Yes. Am I?
Yes.
Yeah.
Am I tubeless on both bikes?
Yes.
Yep, I am.
It's very satisfying to stick the tire with the Dynaplug. It is. It's really cool. You need to next time you get a flat. Like root for a flat, get it.
Thanks, Brian. Yeah.
And then no, because it's just so easy. Anyway.
Caveman.
So my first tubeless flat I had was at Rothrock Grit, and it was as I was going over the finish line.
Oh boy.
I don't know if it was the mat that was down for the timing or what, but I got a nasty sidewall cut. And I was going to meet my wife in downtown State College. Like she had taken the kids and was hanging out down there. And I was just going to ride there. and I had this huge cut in the sidewall, and I'm like trying to stuff everything I can into it, and I could not get it to seal.
What's the timing chips? It was the timing mat. I'm telling you, that's what it was.
Yeah.
Joey?
Yeah, I'll bunny hop that next time.
You change everybody's splats, Joey.
I'm going to pretend I don't know how to.
That would be fun. No, I don't know. You got me there. I don't know. Okay, second item. 2D or 3D movies? You're up, James.
Oh, okay. Call me old school. Probably 2D for me.
So I went to college, kind of like where you grew up. I went to Westchester. So we always used to go to King of Prussia, and they have the IMAX theater there. And then we used to see the 3D movies. It was really fun. We used to hop on the SWEPTA bus, and SWEPTA would take us right to King of Prussia. We'd see a movie, go to the Cheesecake Factory.
Yeah, I spent so much time at King of Prussia as a kid.
Right, exactly. Because being in a mall, like we didn't have online shopping then. I mean, I guess we did, but it wasn't as like rampant as it is now. But
so you're 3D.
Definitely not.
You're 3D. You're
100% 3D.
Oh, God, I can't. It gives me a headache. Ouch, ouch. I just want me a regular movie. I don't need to be putting in glasses or any of that nonsense, Joey.
Well, we didn't really have malls when I was growing up in Southern Maryland. Or you went to Waldorf and watched The Homicide. But no, I'm 2D. I mean, 3D might be fun with like a special gummy or something, But like I'm gonna watch 2D. It's gonna make me sick.
Okay,
I don't want to watch Jaws in 3D.
Scary. Okay, right now, spring in February or winter in May?
Oh, definitely. Oh, geez, that's a hard one. I don't want winter in May because then that affects my event and everyone's complaining.
Jess?
It was pretty nice to be able to walk the dog and it'd be like 60 degrees out today.
It's gorgeous.
It was really nice out.
I just keep feeling like we're gonna pay for it though.
No, we're global warming. You
think that's what it is?
I think there used to be snow all the time on the ground in Maryland, but now there's never snow on the ground. Yeah.
I haven't even had to worry about like going out on the bike and worrying about like salt on the road.
We had single-digit weather not long ago.
Yeah, but it's like for one day, and then it goes away, and it's like 60 degrees in 2 days. So I like this. If it's global warming, I'm living in the prime age of global warming, Joey.
Golly. I've been in a blizzard.
Because Jess just said I'm old. I'll be dead by the time the impact is real.
Oh, yeah, true. So, yeah, unless we have some, watching The Last of Us, there could be some little parasite breakout, whatever it's called.
Scary.
I've experienced a blizzard in May. It's pretty cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you want to go with winter in May?
No, it was in Montana, Wyoming.
Well, that's not here.
That's what I was like.
You don't have, spring, here.
Okay, Mr.
I mean, it's kind of nice. You get some hot weather and you're going through Tetons or something. There's a freaking blizzard.
Ghost. Last one. Indoor concert or outdoor concert?
Oh, indoor concert.
Oh. Jessica?
So I don't know. I saw Elton John and Billy Joel at
Jess has been to 100 concerts.
I've been to a gazillion concerts. Before running and biking was my thing, I used to love going to concerts. So, I mean, I've been to some really great indoor concerts. I saw Barry Manilow outside. I saw Eric Clapton outside.
All right.
I saw some.
The rocket scientist would take you to the indoor concerts?
Good God, no. I mean, I was dating him at the point. However, I saw Rush outside. That was awesome. I mean, I've seen some pretty cool stuff.
I want to be outside. I love outdoor concerts. Not like the big stadium outdoors. I'm not into that thing. I love that little intimate kind of bluegrassy kind of festival thing.
I saw The Cure at Madison Square Garden, and that was pretty cool.
Have you seen Robert Smith lately? He looks like an old woman. Have you seen that? It's the truth. Google it, Joey.
Google it. It was cute how you said that.
Google it.
I've been to 2 concerts in my life. One was outside and it sucked because it was hot and nasty.
Uh-huh.
And then the other one was high. We were pretty high up in the inside.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Well, there was a lot of people. There was a lot of people smoking around us. But
we saw Chris Stapleton in Memphis before.
No, I want
a
small, intimate little acoustic venue like Chris Stapleton.
Yeah. Right. That's
bluegrass. Yeah.
Yeah, but I love that.
I did see Trampled by Turtles in Montana, in a bar.
Oh, cool.
That was my only other.
That's really cool.
The Solomon's concerts, yeah.
Like a small venue.
Yeah.
Like, that's
It was somewhere in Bozeman.
That's awesome.
It was the same trip we had the blizzard.
So that was a very eventful trip for you.
Yeah. No, it wasn't.
I like that.
Yeah, it was very eventful. I was drunk through a tornado.
Okay. On that note,
Yeah.
it is about time
To shut her down.
Shut it down.
Blake's already
James,
shutting it down.
no, he's getting ready to be quiet. James, thank you one more time for we had all sorts of round and around to get you here, but I am so glad we worked it out and you were able to share all of this with us. Sounds like a fantastic event. So thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, thanks so much for having me. It's always great talking with y'all. So
Thanks everybody for listening to Mid-Atlantic Gravel, Travel, and Dirt. If you enjoyed the podcast, maybe consider joining us on Patreon. We really do appreciate all the support. And your monthly donation of just a couple of bucks really helps us keep things going. Joey, how can folks get in touch with us?
Google. Basically, everything is on Google. If you can type
Google
in
it.
the search bar, graveltraveldirt.com. Our Instagram is on there. If you want to learn more about Mammoth, just put it in Google. I did. I found their Facebook, the bike reg, everything.
Do we really need to even say stuff like just Google it? Just Google it. Everything's just on the machine.
Who actually types in a www dot anything?
I don't know.
I can't even remember the
I
last
just
time.
it just pops up in my thing, and I just
Yeah. Mid-Atlantic Gravel, Travel, and Dirt is recorded this week from right here in the animal shelter with Blake all the way up to Wellsboro, Pennsylvania. Thanks for riding along, everybody. Till next time, do good, be nice, go slow, respect others.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Oh, love you. Bye.